Non, on va pas faire papier, non, pas
Honorable Yogita Sominaden, Minister of Technology, Communications and Innovation, the Chairperson of the Board of the Open University of Mauritius, Mr. Juvapentia CSK, Vice Chancellor of the University of KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, Dr. Van Albert Jasveld, Director General of the Open University of Mauritius, Dr. Kaviraj Sukhan, Mr. Varden, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Human Resources, Tertiary Education and Scientific Research, the Organizing Chair from UKZN, Dr. Upasana Singh, Directors, CEOs and representatives of various institutions, Organizing Committee members and staff of UKZN, colleagues of the Open University, delegates, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. My name is Govina Pavo, Senior Academic at the Open University. On behalf of the Open University of Mauritius and UKZN, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of you to the eMIG Conference 2017, which is being hosted for the first time in Mauritius from 8 to 10 November, and which has as main theme emerging trends in management, IT, and governance in an e-world. The genesis of this joint collaboration started when an MOU was signed between the two universities and subsequent meetings held in Mauritius and South Africa. While the two institutions differ in many ways, one has a long history with around 50,000 students, mostly on campus, and the other one, relatively young, with around 5,000 learners studying by the open and distant learning mode. This has not prevented us from bringing our resources together to organize this inaugural event and thus foster South-South University collaboration. Working from two different geographical locations has not been without challenges, but thanks to technological advancement, much has been toiled to reap the fruit that we see today. Delegates from different universities of Africa, Asia and Mauritius will be using this conference platform during these 3 days to share expertise and knowledge. There is no doubt that connections will be established, joint projects developed, and networking of researchers fostered. We envisage that there will be academic discourse at high levels. Beyond the traditional keynote addresses, paper presentations, and plenary sessions, site visits have been included in the program to showcase some of the best practices in highly successful institutions in Mauritius. We are thankful to Seridian, Oracle, and the Board of Investment Mauritius for partnering with us and thus enriching the program of this conference. We have also been favored by the generous contributions from ABC Banking, Kalachan, Arel Malak, and MTML. At a conference like this, I met someone who dared to dream. She is no one less than the academic champion of the Memorandum of Understanding between our two universities. I now have the pleasure to invite the organizing chair from UKZN, Dr. Upasana Singh, to give her address.
The Honorable Yogita Sominathan, Minister of Technology, Communication and Innovation, Mr. Duva Pentia, CSK, Chairperson of Open University of Mauritius, Mr. Varadayan, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Human Resources, Tertiary Education and Scientific Research, Board members of the Open University of Mauritius, Dr. Albert van Jaarsveld, Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of KwaZulu-Natal, Dr. K.R. Sukan, Director General of the Open University of Mauritius, Mr. Apavu, Local Conference Chair, Open University of Mauritius, CEOs, Director Generals, and Senior Management Members, members of the press, staff of the University of KwaZulu-Natal, staff of the Open University of Mauritius, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Sawubona and Namaste. I bring you greetings from sunny South Africa. On behalf of the organizing committee, both at UKZN and the Open University of Mauritius, I welcome you to the first joint multidisciplinary eMIG conference being held in Mauritius. The journey to this event commenced in 2015 with a casual meeting of my colleague, Mr. Apavu, at the DIPEC conference hosted at the University of Mauritius. The following day, I was invited as a panelist at the Open University's PhD research seminar, and since then, the Open University has become my second home in Mauritius. This collaboration was formalized with an MOU being signed by UKZN and the Open University in May 2016. In the past 18 months, this MOU has been active with external examination of more than 8 PhD students from the Open University by senior members of staff at UKZN. Virtual presentations at the Open University's PhD research seminars by senior academics from UKZN, guest lectures to UKZN students by the academic from the Open University, participation by the Open University's Director General as a keynote speaker, and 5 other Open University academics as presenters at the Higher Education Conference in KwaZulu-Natal in September 2017. And most importantly, this big event, the eMIG conference in 2017. For this conference, we had 146 papers which were submitted from 8 different countries, which include the host countries of South Africa and Mauritius. We have participants from Zambia, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Nigeria, and India. After a rigorous double-blind review process, 123 papers were accepted for presentation on a range of topics within the disciplines of information technology, management, and governance, and law, not to forget. We hope that this collaborative journey has only just begun and that there will be many more fruitful interactions in the future. The planning for eMIG 2017 commenced in January this year. Like with all events of this nature, personally, it has been a great challenge, yet rewarding experience for me. As one of the organizing chairs of this conference, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the following people: the Vice Chancellor of University of KwaZulu-Natal, Dr. Albert van Jaarsveld, and the Director General of the Open University of Mauritius, Dr. Kaviraj Sukan, for their support, and more especially for taking time to participate in this conference. Senior academics and staff at UKZN, in particular Professor Manny Reddy, Professor Harold Ngalawa, Professor Marita Carnelli, Mrs. Delzine Stone, and Mrs. Adele van Heerden, for all their guidance in the hosting of this conference. The committee members of both the Open University and University of KwaZulu-Natal for their dedication, time, and guidance in making this event possible. It has been 10 months of regular meetings, a flurry of emails, and regular messages that has taught me a great deal about joint conference hosting with 2 universities in 2 different countries, which are so structurally different. The keynote speakers and panelists, thank you for enhancing the value of this conference with your participation. To all the academics, students, and attendees who have shown interest in this event and are here today to participate, we are grateful for your support. To the reviewers who, through their detailed reviews, helped us to ensure the quality of the papers that were accepted. To all the sponsors who may have contributed towards this event, we thank you. And finally, I offer my gratitude to my parents who are seated in the audience, who have encouraged me and supported me in my role as a conference chair. We look forward to the variety of interesting papers, keynote speeches, and panel discussions over the next 2 days, and hope that your knowledge will be enriched by them. If there's anything we can assist with during the conference, please do not hesitate to contact any of the committee members, and if there are any shortcomings, we hope you will pardon us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for your perseverance and patience and hard work to get this MOU signed. I remember those days and weeks and months where we've been working together to get this collaboration approved by both sides. Now, putting such a conference would not have been possible without a visionary in the person of the Director General of the Open University, Dr. Kaviraj Sukan, whom I have the pleasure to invite to address us. Dr. Sukan.
Honorable Swaminathan, Minister of Technology, Communications and Innovation, Mr. Juva Pentia, Chairman of Open University of Mauritius, the Vice Chancellor of UKZN, my colleague Mr. Pavu and Dr. Singh from UKZN, friends from universities, public universities, both local and overseas, CEOs, directors, chairpersons, and colleagues from other universities present today who come from far. Warm welcome to Mauritius. It is indeed a great pleasure to welcome you all to this multidisciplinary conference. Let me start by telling you a few words about the Open University. We exist since 5 years. We started in 2012, and we had staff from the Mauritius College of the Air that existed for over 30 years. And today we have around 5,000 students, and we are doing, I must say, well, and there is no hole in our budget, as some press might have said. We may be the only university generating surpluses over the years and attracting